Hello, Andrew here from How to Sell Online Limited. Now, one of my contacts dropped me an email saying, what do I think of #1 reviews? He wants to get into drop shipping, and it's something that we as a business, or my sister business, does an awful lot of. But we don't use any of these sites, and there's no reason why we don't. We just don't. #1reviews.com. First thing I noticed about the review site is October 2012. That seems to be the 3rd of November 2012. Those were the latest user reviews, so it's well out of date. With this, they also do a number of other review sites, so you can review lots of other subjects in this drop down box here. So this feels to me a little bit like a bit of a marketing company, as opposed to something perhaps as good as I would like to see. You can read a full review. So their #1 is a company called, or a dropshipper called Pixmania Pro, and editor's overall rating is 5-star. Average user rating, there are none. So again, this would question the validity of the site as far as I'm concerned. Now, the editor has gone into quite a lot of detail about the company, what they sell, their features. You've got the editor's verdict, which is great, and you can obviously go to the website itself. Now, if you're thinking of drop shipping and you want to go down this route, then what you need to do is explore these sites in great detail first. So here we go. This is pixmaniapro.com as a drop shipping site. So I'm just going to jump into cameras to start with. Okay, so as you can see, we've brought some cameras up now. Okay, we've got Nikon, we've got Canon, Olympus. So if you were to look at this particular one here, so you've got the Canon EOS 770D camera. So you got all the features, you've got everything there that you would need if you were going to drop ship it, bearing in mind that your price is £974.17 excluding any VAT. Let's see what comes up here. £969, £679, £901. So in actual fact, if assuming these are all the same cameras, then that site there is no cheaper than a customer could go out and purchase them. So let's just quickly go into there, see what that brings us up at. ESOD gives us all the information. That's on Canon's site, so it's not telling me how much it is. Let's have a quick look where to buy. So this is the type of thing that you can do to actually investigate a site, and Canon isn't going to let us do that, so let's come back out of there. This is the sort of depth that you can go into to actually have a look and see who is selling these and what prices you're going to get. Now, it may be on a drop shipping basis that you can go and you can get these and you can do quite well with them. But looking at what I've just seen so far, £804. Now that would be including VAT, whereas on Pixmania US you were buying it rather for your customer and doing your drop shipping at £974 excluding VAT. Now this may be a slightly different one, it may be a different model. That's the type of information you need to go and delve into when you're looking at these opportunities. You've got a massive description here from the editor, and it's all pretty positively written, and it tells you everything that you would want to know about the editor's view. As we know, there are no user reviews, and also on this it doesn't actually give me the date that the editor's view was done. Let's have a quick look at another company, and this is just to give you the idea of the things that you need to do. And this is why with me with drop shipping, I like to know the company I'm dealing with. I like to get behind the scenes, meet them, go and see them, talk to them, find out what they're about, make sure I am getting what I need. So again, we've got another one here, Puckator drop shipping, and there's no reviews. Editor's overall rating 4.5 stars. You know, so we've got good ratings all the way there, and you've got the editor's verdict. So I'm just going to click across to this particular site and have a look. So there we go, there is Puckator drop shipping. Now the one thing that I've noticed, all of the sites that we'll be looking at here have all got the right and left sidebars pretty well loaded up with information, offers, Sage Pay. They look very, very similar, but at least here we've got a company, we've got an address, and we know where to find them. So you can have a look and see. Okay, so 10% of everything, including sales lines with a voucher code. So they're up to date, they're doing things end of Jan 2014. You've obviously got lots of things that you can be buying in there, and you can be shipping out. Now the only thing I'd say to you is look at the pricing of different things when you're buying these type of things from people. It's telling you there's 141 in stock. I'm not logged in, so I'm not going to get the price. But is the price that you're paying and the price that your customer's paying, after you've absorbed fees and costs, is there enough margin in there to actually work with that business? You also need to have a little look to see how good they are at customer service, and also what their return policies are. Now we'll come on to one in a minute about return policies. So see what I mean about the sidebars here? They all look very, very similar, and that always just sort of makes me wonder, are they good, are they bad, can we contact them? Now if we go into their contact page, have we got an address? So yeah, on this one we've got an address, and you can also see the type of products that they're selling. You can get an idea. Now they could be selling things that are really, really good. It could be that they are selling things that you're not going to be competitive with. Now we used to sell a lot of wetsuits at one time. We don't sell them anymore because it's a very competitive market, and I can guarantee you that these will be highly competitive. So how much you'll be able to make on these products is something you've got to go into and in depth. And using the product calculator that we've shown people in the past, you need to really fully understand what it is you're getting. So let's go and have another look at one. So again, another one, UK Dropship Group. Needs a little bit of investigation. Who are they? Can I contact them? Yes, I can. Now this one's in Cheshire. Now these ones have got a couple of businesses, and they're all running from the same house based in Cheshire. So I think CW12 is a Crewe area of the UK, I'm not 100% sure. So what I would suggest is you have a look at these. People like this are giving you opportunities to own your own website and actually start your own business. Now they're giving you some testimonials. Let's have a quick look at that. Here are some testimonials. Very pleased, just thought, mint. We've got some testimonials there. We've got names, we've got no dates, so we don't know when the testimonials were put in. We don't know how many they've had in total, and although we've got some names, we would need to do a little bit of digging to actually get some more information. Another one here, this review site has not thrown up any decent reviews. The reviews are all by the editor, and they're all pretty good. Now this is a bit of a clunky website by the looks of it. Dropshipping made easy. So again, you've got an address, Twyford, Winchester. So this is Premier Children's Clothing Dropshipping site. And there's one here that really brought it home to me, why you need to go to the length that I'm suggesting. Okay, this was the one that I wanted you to look at here. Now, welcome to Dropship Online. We stock, you sell, we deliver, you profit. Okay? All sounds really, really good. Now then, important notice, new returns policy. Now these are the types of things that you really need to get to grips with, and I'm telling you this for your own benefit in dealing with a drop shipping company. Now here, this company tells you that customers will now returns direct to you, the drop shipper. They will not accept returns back to them. Any returns that are required to come back to us, i.e. only faulty items, are to be returned back to us in bulk on the last Thursday of every month. These will be dealt with on the last Friday of every month, subject to time permitting. All credits will be issued by the last Friday of every month. So all of a sudden, they're not customer friendly. You've got to remember, you are their customer and they have got to look after you as well as you've got to look after the end customer. So this site, I'd be running a mile. I wouldn't be doing anything with them just on the basis of this. This is telling me I'm going to have problems further down the road. Now, what you've got to look at when you come down here, it says you as a seller are required to follow the rules within the guides of the distance selling regulations. That is absolutely correct, and I have no problem with those. But these do not apply in the case of business to business, i.e. from us as this particular company to you as their customer, because it is a business arrangement. So business to business does not fall in the distance selling regulations, and this company is making it very clear that they will not under any circumstances look at the distance selling regulations when they're dealing with items that come back to you. Although it does say every effort will be made to resolve any issues. In the case of damage in transit, the process is not changing. The items still go back to them, so a bit different. If the customer is claiming it is faulty, it goes to you and you return it to them on the last Thursday, and they will endeavour to get it credited to you if they can prove that it is faulty by the last Friday. What they're then saying here is they will pursue the courier for compensation, and only once they have received the payment from the courier will they give you a credit for the item. So in other words, they're taking all the money up front and they're not allowing any cash flow to go back towards any issues that they have with returns, faulty goods, damage claims, or anything else under the distance selling regulations, which you as the retailer are fully liable for. What I'm saying to you here is I personally wouldn't work with them at all, because they are not making me feel very comfortable. And those are the types of things you need to really get behind when you look at drop shipping companies. What is their view of working with you and the end customer? What is it they are prepared to do or otherwise to help you? Now, the other interesting one here is for eBay traders. Now, when I click on this link, this is an absolutely lovely link for this company. It doesn't exist. The company doesn't exist, and I've done a little bit of searching around and I can't find it. So thank you very much for sending me this review site. It is a useful tool. Use it as a tool as part of your research, and then you can decide where you want to go. The interesting thing here is that all of the editors have given these good ratings. So do your research, have a look around. Yes, that is one site that you can go to. Do not take the editor's view, because then that is just the editor probably basing himself on the information provided by the company. Have a look, shop around, and with the likes of the Pixmania one that we looked at, check on the pricing, see where there's margin. If I'm buying something that's £1,000 for me to trade, I will expect to be making around about 20 to 25, if not 30% margin in there to cover my costs. I look at it this way: if I'm being given a 20 to 30% differential, I've possibly got 17% of cost in there. I've possibly also got some VAT to take out of that as well to send to the VAT man. So I've got some numbers in there I need to deal with, and if they're not offering free shipping within the discounted price, we've also got to add shipping on, etc. So you need to work out your numbers to see whether these companies that you're potentially looking at working with actually can deliver profit for you. So I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. What I'm doing is giving you what I've seen here. Look at some of those companies, go to number1reviews.com, search through it, find those companies, give them a phone call, see what they tell you, go and visit them if it's possible, find out which trade events they're going to, if they're at the, for argument's sake, the spring fair at the NEC in the UK, or if they're at the German fair, or if they're at one of the other international fairs. Go visit their stand, find out about them, make sure they are who they are and they don't come up like that other one did as somebody non-existent. And when you're looking at other people's comments, other people's reviews or testimonials, check them out. When were they placed? What were the dates? And are those people real? Can I have a phone number please, or an email address? I would like to check out what they say about you. If they can't provide you that level of information, you need to be wondering whether they're a company you want to work with. So drop shipping is great, but know your drop shipper and make sure you can work with them really, really well. And if you can't, don't go with them. If you have a gut feeling that says don't do it, guess what? Don't do it. That's me, Andrew Whitfield, How to Sell Online. Hope that was useful. Thank you.